agriculture, fisheries, and forestry sector. Guided by its country programming framework, which reflects relevant guidelines and priorities set out in key national policies, including the Philippine Development Plan, the UN Philippines Partnership Framework for Sustainable Development, and FAO's regional initiatives. FAO's work also contributes to the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and is well aligned with the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. FAO's work in the Philippines focus on promoting food security and nutrition, promoting value-adding practices, improving post-harvest and increasing the resilience of agriculture-based livelihoods to natural disasters, climate hazards, and armed conflict. Building on the accomplishments over the past 4 decades, FAO will continue its work in improving food security and nutrition for all. By supporting initiatives that incorporate nutrition-sensitive food systems in development plans and establish or enhance information systems and analytical tools related to food security and nutrition. Promoting sustainable and competitive production. Helping establish farm business schools and enhance entrepreneurial skills of farmers and fisherfolk, as well as facilitate farm-to-market linkages and develop farmers' organizations. Improving capacity and building resilience to manage climate change impacts and natural and human-induced disasters, including other threats and emergencies. Fostering peace and development in Mindanao is a priority area of work for FAO. Since 1997, FAO has been supporting the rehabilitation in conflict-affected areas in region and is continuing restoration of agriculture and fisheries-based livelihoods in disaster-affected areas in the Philippines. Providing agriculture and fisheries inputs, training farmers and fishers on improved technologies, practices, and livelihood options, and strengthening their resilience to disasters. FAO's work in the Philippines has been evolving through the years, adapting with a changing environment, development issues and priorities, to assist the country achieve food security for all and making sure that people have regular access to enough high-quality food to lead active, healthy lives.
This is a scary antibiotic-resistant bacteria. It's been causing humans and animals all sorts of health problems. Here are some steps everyone can take to stop the spread of antimicrobial resistance. Throwing away antibiotics helps create resistant bacteria in pipes, sewers, waterways, and ultimately our oceans and the environment at large. Protect the environment. Don't throw away antibiotics. Bring what you do not use to your health professional. Misuse of antimicrobials in humans and animals helps develop powerful resistant bacteria. Doctors and veterinarians should provide appropriate prescriptions. Follow their recommendations. Bacteria can grow strong and resistant and be shared in dirty and unclean environments, especially in hospitals and farms. Control their spread by keeping hands and tools clean and hygienic. Don't let antimicrobial resistance take control. Be responsible when using antibiotics.
Once upon a time, the Earth was a huge playground for us bacteria. Those were joyous days. We were wild and free, helping or hurting people and animals as we wished. Then one day, humans invented antibiotics, a weapon that took this power from us and put them in control. We were no longer free to cause pain, disease and death among humans and animals. But we waited. And humans made a fatal mistake. They used these precious medicines indiscriminately in humans, plants, and animals. And some of us realized we could develop a defense to these antibiotics. Humans call this phenomenon antimicrobial resistance. We call it taking back control. Now we, the disease-causing bacteria, can spread wider and faster where disorder, dirt, and disorganization reign. It's great for us when you have poor hygiene and don't use water and soap.
As we come together to serve our communities, this is a reminder that any participant in this event must abide by the Code of Conduct to prevent harassment, including sexual harassment at WHO events. We have zero tolerance for sexual misconduct. If you have any concerns or suspicions about sexual misconduct that may occur during this event, please report directly at investigation@who.int or through WHO's Integrity Hotline. Protecting communities, members of our workforce, and collaborators is a priority to the World Health Organization.
Wala akong script dyan.
Ay,
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we are also celebrating Eid al-Adha with our Muslim brothers and sisters. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Welcome to the fourth and last day of the 2025 World Food Safety Day webinar series, organized by the World Health Organization and Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, with support from the Department of Health, Food and Drug Administration, and the Department of Agriculture. Our theme for this year is Food Safety, Science in Action. I am Kaling Malacca of WHO, and I will be co-moderating this session together with my colleague. Take it away.
good morning, everyone. I'm Jacob Angelio, Program Specialist from the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, and I will be one of your co-moderators for today's webinar series. Over to you, Ms. Kling.
Thank you, Jake. So we have been going live on YouTube, shared on Facebook since June 3, and it has been a productive week so far with all of you. Maraming salamat. Thank you for joining us as we explore the vital role of science in ensuring safe food for everybody. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsama. And today, as we conclude our webinar series, let's take this moment to drumbeat the World Food Safety Day for 2025. And before we officially begin today's session, let's all together shine a spotlight on the vital role of food safety that it plays also in our lives. In this video, we are joined by two distinguished leaders in the field, Karina Hawks, Director of the Food Systems and Food Safety Division at FAO, and Dr. Luz De Regil, Director of the Department of Department of Nutrition and Food Safety at WHO. Sorry for that glitch. Let's all listen to their message and get excited to what lies ahead.
Greetings from the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO.
And greetings too from the World Health Organization, or WHO.
Every year on the 7th of June, FAO and WHO jointly lead the celebrations of World Food Safety Day.
Because no one should get sick from eating food, and everyone has a role to play in keeping it safe.
This year, we celebrate the science behind food safety with the theme Food Safety, Science in Action.
Science helps us to understand what makes food unsafe and guide us on how to prevent foodborne disease.
But it is not only the knowledge of science that keeps our food safe, it is rather our actions. Actions based on the guidance and advice developed by scientists.
Governments rely on science to inform their policies, and food businesses follow scientific advice to apply it to good production practices.
And consumers rely on science-backed advice from governments and food providers when they make decisions about the food they eat.
So science is at the heart of food safety.
On this World Food Safety Day, we acknowledge the work of scientists, educators, and the contribution we all make to food safety through our actions.
The use of scientific knowledge is key to reducing illness and related costs, and more importantly, it saves lives.
Join us this June the 7th for World Food Safety Day to celebrate our shared commitment to science and food safety.
Together, we can ensure that all people everywhere consume safe food.
Let's put science
in
into
action.
All right. Again, this 2025 World Food Safety Day will celebrate the science behind food safety and emphasize the collective responsibility we all share in ensuring food is safe for everyone. As Karina and Dr. Luz explained, when we follow science-based guidance and take action to ensure food safety, we're contributing to a healthier, safer world. Miss Kling, I think you're on mute.
That's right, Jake, we're on mute. So that's why I can't wait to hear our speakers today and the valuable insights that they will bring to the table. And at this point, allow me to share with you a short recap of what has transpired since June 3, when we opened this week-long webinar series. So the World Health Organization Philippines, of course, in partnership with the Food and Drug Organization of the United Nations, the Food and Drug Administration, Department of Agriculture, and the Department of Trade and Industry unite with food and health stakeholders for a 4-day webinar series to address urgent food safety challenges. Our sessions focused on the global burden of foodborne diseases, misuse of antimicrobials in agriculture, and the impact of climate change in food safety and nutrition. We also highlighted science-driven solutions with emphasis placed on strengthening food safety systems through research, improved testing, climate-resilient farming, and consumer education. Our fruitful discussions, thanks to all of you, have urged agencies and stakeholders to call for stronger regulation, collaboration, and adoption of safe, sustainable, and science-based food practices to protect public health. So more to come today, Jake, and every one of you is watching as we conclude our webinar. Stay tuned. What's next here, Jake?
Thank you, Ms. Kling, for sharing the recap for the 3 webinars we've conducted. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Director Karen Roscom of the Department of Agriculture Policy Research Service for her opening message. Director Karen?
Iyan natin siya.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning to all distinguished participants, esteemed colleagues, and honored guests. It is my pleasure to join you in today's culminating activity for the World Food Safety Day 2025. Guided by this year's theme, Food Safety, Science in Action, the Department of Agriculture extends its deepest appreciation to the World Health Organization and the Food and Agriculture Organization for their unwavering leadership and initiative. We also acknowledge the active participation of our Philippine agencies, especially from the DA Bureau of Plant Industry. Are you here? I hope they're here. The National Codex Organization, and of course, our colleagues from both the Department of Agriculture and the Department of Health for their tireless contributions, not only this past week, but consistently throughout the year. This year's theme resonates deeply with our mission. Food safety, at its essence, serves as a vital bridge connecting scientific rigor with societal well-being. Scientific evidence must never remain in theoretical frameworks. It must actively guide how we assess risks, how we design our policies, and how we protect the public from foodborne hazards. It must be translated into actionable rules, resilient systems, and tangible behavioral changes across our supply chain. In the Philippines, our commitment to food safety is institutionalized through Republic Act No. 10611, or the Food Safety Act of 2013. This law delineates the responsibilities of the Department of Agriculture, ensuring the safety of food from its earliest points. Concurrently, our partner, based on the mandates of Section 18 of the Republic Act on the Food Safety Act of 2013, through the food processing, packaging, and all related activities, securing food safety further down the chain. To operationalize its crucial food safety mandate, the Department of Agriculture established the Food Safety Focal Group, which brings together technical staff from our food safety regulatory and support agencies, all dedicated to ensuring consistent enforcement of our food safety obligations. This framework is now further reinforced by our strategic vision embodied in the Department of Agriculture Food Safety Strategic Plan for 2024 to 2028. This comprehensive plan is built on 5 pillars. One is on rule regulation, all of which are aimed at ensuring a robust and modern food safety ecosystem. The driving force behind our collective national food safety effort is the Food Safety Regulation Coordinating Board, or FSRCB, co-chaired by the Department of Agriculture Secretary and the Department of Health Secretary. As the primary coordinating body, the FSRCB ensures a science-based, integrated, and harmonized approach to food safety regulation, covering the entire farm-to-fork continuum. The Department of Agriculture plays a critical role within the FSRCB, aligning our regulatory functions and leading efforts to review our standards and regulations to minimize overlap. A significant milestone for the SRCB was the adoption of Sardinella lemuru, or Artamban, into the International Codex Standard, a prime example of science in action that not only strengthens compliance, but also removes the unnecessary trade barriers and opens new global opportunities for our sardine industry. As we close this celebration, let us remember food safety is a shared responsibility. It begins with our laws, then our standards and regulations that are guided by science, and ultimately succeeds through dedicated cooperation at every level. Let us renew our commitment to building food systems that are science-based, transparent, inclusive, and reliable, from the farm to your fork. So maraming salamat po, and a meaningful World Food Safety Day to all of us.
Thank you, Director Karen, and of course to the whole of DA for being such a great partner in promoting food safety. Today, we are also privileged to hear a message from the Food and Drug Administration to be delivered by Ms. Pilar Marilyn M. Pagayunan, Director 4 of the Center for Food Regulation and Research.
Good day, everyone. As the Director of the Center for Food Regulation and Research at the Food and Drug Administration, Philippines, it's my honor to address you today as we celebrate World Food Safety Day 2025 with the theme, Food Safety, Science in Action. This theme deeply resonates with the FDA's core mission. Here in the Philippines, ensuring food safety is driven by scientific principles. Every standards and regulations we issue, every decision we make in safeguarding our food supply is rooted in science-based activities. The theme, Science in Action, highlights the critical role of scientific advancements in preventing illnesses and ensuring safer food from farm to fork. On behalf of the FDA Philippines, I extend our sincere gratitude to the World Health Organization and the Food and Agriculture Organization for hosting the invaluable series of seminars from June 3rd to June 6th. Today, June 6th, marks the culminating activity of these enlightening discussions, and we appreciate the platform provided to share knowledge and best practices. Let's continue to champion the indispensable role of science in food safety. The FDA Philippines remains steadfast in its commitment to utilizing the best available and accessible science to protect every Filipino. Together, let's put food safety, science in action every single day, ensuring safe and nutritious food for all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Director Pagayunan of FDA. And to further inspire us to push forward science in action, we have our technical officer, environmental and occupational health from WHO Philippines, Engineer Bonifacio Magtibay, and he will be delivering the message on behalf of our officer in charge, Dr. Yunyong Ko. Engineer, take it away.
Distinguished guests, colleagues and friends, good morning and welcome to the celebration of World Food Safety Day 2025. It is an honor to join you today as we come together to recognize the critical importance of food safety under this year's theme, Food Safety, Science in Action. Food safety is a shared responsibility that requires the collaboration of key stakeholders, such as governments, farmers, manufacturers, food businesses, academic institutions, and consumers. It is a cornerstone of public health, ensuring that the food we consume is safe, nutritious, and beneficial to our well-being. This year, we emphasize the role of science in safeguarding our food supply and protecting public health. About 600 million people fall ill each year from foodborne diseases. The annual cost of treating foodborne illnesses is estimated at $15 billion. Bacteria that are resistant to antimicrobials can be found in food. Agriculture and livestock communities need to be vigilant about prudent antimicrobial use so that resistant pathogens cannot be passed on to humans through food. Moreover, climate change poses a significant threat to food safety. Long-term changes in temperature, humidity, rainfall patterns, and the frequency of extreme weather events are already affecting farming practices, crop production, and the nutritional quality of food crops. These changes can increase the prevalence of foodborne pathogens, toxins, and other contaminants, making our food supply more vulnerable. To address these challenges, we must take collective action. Here are the key actions that all stakeholders should consider. First, strengthening food safety systems. Governments and regulatory bodies must enhance food safety systems to better detect and respond to foodborne threats exacerbated by climate change. This includes investing in advanced monitoring and surveillance technologies. Second, promoting sustainable and safe practices. Farmers and producers should adopt sustainable and safe practices that mitigate the impacts of climate change. This includes using climate-resilient crops, improving water management, and reducing the use of harmful pesticides. Third, enhancing research and innovation. The scientific community must continue to research the impacts of climate change on food safety and develop innovative solutions to address these challenges. Collaboration between scientists, policymakers, and industry is crucial. Fourth, raising public awareness. Educating consumers about the importance of food safety and the impacts of climate change is essential. Public awareness campaigns can help individuals make informed choices and adopt safe food handling practices. And last, fostering international cooperation. Food safety is a global issue that requires international cooperation. Countries must work together to share knowledge, resources, and best practices to ensure a safe and secure food supply for all. As we celebrate World Food Safety Day, let us reaffirm our commitment to science-based approaches in ensuring the safety of our food. Together, we can build a safer, healthier future for all. Thank you for participating in our webinar series. God bless everyone.
Thank you for gracing us today, Dr. Ko, and of course to Engineer Mactibay for delivering Dr. Ko's message. At this point, it is my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, the FAO representative to the Philippines, Dr. Lionel Dabadie.
Honorable Secretary Teodoro Herbosa of the Department of Health, Honorable Secretary Francisco Chulorel of the Department of Agriculture, dear WHO representative to the Philippines, Dr. Rui Paulo de Jesus, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Food and water are essential to life, but they can also become vehicles for disease when compromised. As we observe the World Food Safety Day, we are reminded to follow this simple principle. If it's not safe, it's not food. We, at the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, or FAO, believe that the health and well-being of every human being begins with access to safe, nutritious, and reliable food. Food safety, therefore, is critical in ensuring food security. Yet, each year, an estimated 600 million people, nearly 1 in 10 globally, fall ill after consuming contaminated food. In fact, 420,000 lives are lost to lack of food safety each year. Food safety risks arise all along the agricultural food chain, during the production, the processing, the transportation, and the preparation. From farm to fork, as we say, whether through bacterial pathogens, viruses, parasites, or chemical residues like pesticides, antimicrobials, and dyes. The threat to food safety is real and often invisible. Microbial contamination alone accounts for over 60% of the global foodborne disease and is responsible for 65% of the related death. How then can we combat? This is where science comes into action. By leveraging science and innovation, we can determine and understand how food becomes unsafe and how we can prevent it. Through microbiology, toxicology, climate science, to name a few, we assess known and emerging risks to human health. Scientific research provides the evidence that policymakers, business, and consumers need to make informed decisions. Without this foundation, food safety cannot be maintained across supply chains that now stretch across the globe. International expert bodies such as the joint WHO-FAO Food Safety Scientific Advice Program support countries in shaping international standards and national policies that protect lives and harmonize trade in safe food. As we continue to strengthen value chains of commodities, these efforts are vital for ensuring food security, supporting livelihoods, and safeguarding public health. FAO is deeply committed in working hand in hand with governments, producers and communities in developing good practices in agriculture, aquaculture and animal husbandry to support data collections and build national capacity to address food safety risk and antimicrobial resistance. We educate consumers, empower farmers and advocate for safe food from the ground up. Science tells us that foodborne illness are preventable. Simple actions, keeping food out of the danger zone of 5 degrees to 60 degrees, improving hygiene in kitchens and markets, investing in surveillance and food safety education can save lives. Empowering people with guidance in food safety is key. In fact, each dollar invested in consumer food safety education can return up to 10-fold in savings through reduced illness and healthcare costs. Food safety is everyone's responsibility. From farmers to processors, to retailers, cooks and families, each link in the chain must apply science-based standards and practices. And yes, we are all risk managers, making daily decisions to ensure the safety of the food we eat. As climate reshapes the geography of food safety hazards and microbial resistance continues to claim over 1.3 million lives a year, our commitment to science must go stronger. Only with robust data and informed action can we meet these global challenges. So today, let us celebrate not only food safety, but the power of science in action to ensure safe food for all. Let us continue to build a culture where safety, nutrition, sustainability, and innovations go hand in hand. Because in the end, safe food is not just a right, it's the foundation of health, prosperity, and dignity to all. Thank you, and mabuhay.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dabadi, for your message. Indeed, the inspiring messages from FDA, from WHO, from DA, and FAO highlight the importance of food safety in our lives, that our health and our lives could be better if we utilize science in action, particularly during these challenging times when climate change and antimicrobial resistance are in the way. What's next, Jay?
We're now going to the highlight of our celebration. We will be proceeding with the expression of support to call to action. Ms. Kling and I will take turns in reading the call to action to our key stakeholders to ensure that food will be safe for everyone, not only today, but for all days to come.
All right, let's begin. Just waiting for the PowerPoint presentation, I believe, so they're just preparing it from here. Let me know it's ready. We can start now. On this World Food Safety Day, we celebrate the theme Food Safety Science in Action. This theme highlights the critical role of scientific advancements in ensuring the safety of our food supply. And as we face the growing threat of climate change, it is more important than ever to recognize and promote the importance of science in safeguarding our health and well-being.
Why science matters in food safety. Innovative solutions. Scientific research leads to innovative methods for detecting and preventing foodborne illnesses. Evidence-based practices. Science provides the foundation for effective food safety standards and regulations. Continuous improvement. Ongoing scientific studies help us to adapt to new challenges and improve our food safety practices.
Next, we move on to the threat of climate change. Climate change poses significant risks to food safety by affecting the conditions under which food is produced, processed, and distributed. Rising temperatures, changing precipitation patterns, and extreme weather events can lead to increased contamination and spoilage of food. It is also crucial that we take action now to mitigate these risks and ensure a safe food supply for future generations.
Our call to action. We invite everyone to join us in this important mission. For our government, we would like them to implement and enforce policies that are grounded in scientific evidence to enhance food safety. support the research and development in food safety science, and develop strategies to address the impact of climate change on food safety.
For the farmers, we would like them to adopt scientifically proven agriculture practices to ensure the safety of their produce, to stay informed about the latest advancements in food safety science, and implement climate resilient farming techniques to mitigate the impact of climate change.
For the food manufacturers and industries, we would like them to implement science-based food safety management systems in their operations, invest in research and technology to improve food safety standards, and adopt production processes to address the challenges posed by climate change.
For the food businesses, we would like them to apply scientifically proven food handling and preparation techniques, to train staff on the latest food safety practices based on scientific research, and develop contingency plans to ensure food safety during extreme weather events.
For educational institutions and workplaces, we would like them to educate students and employees about the importance of food safety science, promote research and innovation in food safety within your institutions, and raise awareness about the impact of climate change on food safety.
For consumers, we would like them to stay informed about the latest scientific advancements in food safety. We would like them to practice safe food handling and preparation techniques at home. And we would like them to support initiatives aimed at mitigating the impact of climate change and food safety.
And for other stakeholders, we would like them to collaborate with scientists, policymakers, and industry leaders to develop comprehensive strategies for addressing food safety challenges posed by climate change, advocate for increased funding and resources for food safety, research and innovation, and support the activities of the government and other partners in performing their actions.
Together, we can harness the power of science to ensure safe and nutritious food for everyone.
Let's pledge to support and implement science-driven food safety practices for a healthier future. And now, to conclude our webinar series, it is my pleasure to invite Ms. Sarah Lacson, our Assistant FAO Representative for Administration, to deliver the closing remarks.
Good morning, everyone. Magandang umaga po. The observance of World Food Safety Day serves as a powerful reminder of the essential science plays in protecting public health. This year's theme, Food Safety, Science in Action, has given us a valuable lens through which to explore how scientific knowledge is applied to develop regulatory frameworks, set safety guidelines, and identify hazards and risks across the food supply chain. The insights shared by our distinguished resource persons have deepened our understanding of food safety, expanded our awareness of associated risks, and reinforced the need to apply best practices in food production and processing. Today, we recognize that food safety doesn't exist in a vacuum. The challenges of climate change, sustainable practices, and global food systems are deeply interconnected. Addressing them requires a coordinated, multi-sectoral approach, one that puts the health of our communities and the integrity of our food supply front and center. By fostering cross-sector collaboration, supporting innovation, and upholding rigorous standards, we can build a safer, more resilient food system. It is essential that we transform our agri-food systems through strong governance, clear coordination, and evidence-based decision-making. We cannot overlook the impact of climate change on food safety. Rising temperatures, extreme weather events, and shifting ecosystems increase contamination risks, disrupt food production, and affect chemical residues in food. These changes threaten access to essentials, clean water, air, and most importantly, safe food. Climate change also influences the spread of foodborne diseases, further complicating our ability to maintain food safety standards. To meet these challenges, we must promote and adopt good agricultural practices, not just at the farm level, but throughout the entire food supply chain. Alongside this, the development and enforcement of comprehensive food safety policies are critical to protecting both raw and processed food products. We are deeply grateful for this collaborative initiative organized in partnership with the World Health Organization. We extend our sincere thanks to the Department of Health, Food and Drug Authority, and the Department of Agriculture, Food, Agriculture, and Fisheries Policy Division for their leadership and dedication to this cause. Our appreciation also goes to the University of the Philippines, College of Public Health, the DA Bureau of Plant Industry, and the Department of Trade and Industry, Food Safety and Hygiene Academy of the Philippines for sharing their expertise and perspectives. And of course, thank you all participants for your active engagement and commitment to this crucial issue. As we close today's observance, let us carry forward the insights and lessons we've gained. The role of science in food safety is more vital than ever. By working together, governments, producers, businesses, and consumers, we can create a food environment where health and safety are non-negotiable priorities. Let us answer the calls to action. Let us hold ourselves and each other accountable at every step in the food supply chain. Together, we can build a culture of safety and responsibility and excellence that protects our communities and promotes the well-being of all. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to food safety. Let us continue striving side by side for a healthier, safer future. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you so much, Ms. Lacson. What a way to close our webinar series. And as we bring this enriching webinar series to an end, we extend our thanks to all of you, our distinguished speakers, panelists, and active participants. Your contributions have been vital in fostering meaningful discussions and sharing valuable perspectives on the importance of food safety. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Together, we explore the critical role of science-based approaches in safeguarding the health and well-being of our communities. Let us carry forward the knowledge and momentum we've gained here and continue to advocate for evidence-driven practices in our institutions, homes, and everyday decisions.
So, Jake, we are also on social, so don't forget to follow us on social. Stay connected and informed by following the official social media accounts and websites of our organizers and partners. If I call the organization, kindly press the clap button. Let's give them a heart emoji. They all deserve it for being so participative and, being our close partner for this event. World Health Organization, FAO, Department of Health, FDA, of course, also here, DA, and I think we're all complete. So these platforms will keep you updated on future events, resources, and initiatives. The recordings of our webinar series are also available on our YouTube channel, World Health Organization Philippines YouTube channel. So thank you once again for your engagement and commitment to advancing food safety. Let's keep the conversations going for a healthier, safer tomorrow. Hanggang sa muli. So as we close this webinar series, don't forget also to answer our survey question. You can access the QR code in the chat box, and then you can just scan the QR code to proceed with the survey. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat, and happy World Food Safety Day!
The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, or FAO, is a specialized agency of the United Nations for food, nutrition, agriculture, fisheries, and forestry. FAO's global vision is for a world free from hunger and malnutrition, where food and agriculture contribute to improving the living standards of all. In the Philippines, about 18 million people are employed in the agriculture sector. Farmers and fisherfolk, unfortunately, remain to be among the poorest with their incomes, especially vulnerable and at risk in a disaster-prone country like the Philippines. Food insecurity and malnutrition likewise persist, especially in the poorest provinces in the country. Conflict has likewise undermined development, especially in southern Philippines. FAO has been working for over 4 decades with the government of the Philippines, civil society, community-based organizations, and the private sector, and other UN agencies to address challenges in the agriculture, fisheries, and forestry sector. Guided by its country programming framework, which reflects relevant guidelines and priorities set out in key national policies, including the Philippine Development Plan, the UN Philippines Partnership Framework for Sustainable Development, and FAO's regional initiatives. FAO's work also contributes to the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and is well aligned with the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. FAO's work in the Philippines focus on promoting food security and nutrition, promoting value-adding practices, improving post-harvest management, enhancing productivity, and increasing the resilience of agriculture-based livelihoods to natural disasters, climate hazards, and armed conflict. Building on the accomplishments over the past 4 decades, FAO will continue its work in improving food security and nutrition for all. By supporting initiatives that incorporate nutrition-sensitive food systems in development plans, and establish or enhance information systems and analytical tools related to food security and nutrition. Promoting sustainable and competitive production. Helping establish farm business schools and enhance entrepreneurial skills of farmers and fisherfolk, as well as facilitate farm-to-market linkages and develop farmers' organizations. Improving capacity and building resilience to manage climate change impacts and natural and human-induced disasters, including other threats and emergencies. Fostering peace and development in Mindanao is a priority area of work for FAO. Since 1997, FAO has been supporting the rehabilitation in conflict-affected areas in region and is continuing restoration of agriculture and fisheries-based livelihoods in disaster-affected areas in the Philippines. Providing agriculture and fisheries inputs, training farmers and fishers on improved technologies, practices, and livelihood options, and strengthening their resilience to disasters. FAO's work in the Philippines has been evolving through the years, adapting with a changing environment, development issues and priorities, to assist the country achieve food security for all, and making sure that people have regular access to enough high-quality food to lead active, healthy lives.
This is a scary antibiotic-resistant bacteria. It's been causing humans and animals all sorts of health problems. Here are some steps everyone can take to stop the spread of antimicrobial resistance. Throwing away antibiotics helps create resistant bacteria in pipes, sewers, waterways, and ultimately our oceans and the environment at large. Protect the environment. Don't throw away antibiotics. Bring what you do not use to your health professional. Misuse of antimicrobials in humans and animals helps develop powerful resistant bacteria. Doctors and veterinarians should provide appropriate prescriptions. Follow their recommendations. Bacteria can grow strong and resistant and be shared in dirty and unclean environments, especially in hospitals and farms. Control their spread by keeping hands and tools clean and hygienic. Don't let antimicrobial resistance take control. Be responsible when using antibiotics.